Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Will with DFS Army. Gonna be doing the first MLB video of the year here. I have two picks right now. The first one is going to be Nick Lodolo, less than 6.5 strikeouts here. Lodolo is going to be making his first start of the season here. He dealt with an injury towards the end of last year, and he's going to be making his first major league start. So he threw 77 pitches in a rehab start, and then the second one, the most recent start, he only threw 64. He was supposed to throw obviously more than 77 because you usually want to continue to build up, but he struggled, and so he wasn't able to go further than that. And so when his pitches, when you throw less in the second start, you're not going to be able to probably throw 90. I would say 80 pitches probably is the max for him for this start. And because it is also his first start, he might even go less than 80 pitches. This line at 6.5, I would say it's a little bit built in already with the limit, because against this White Sox team, the White Sox, they're missing a ton of guys, and this also isn't even supposed to be a good offense to begin with, but now they have injuries. This line, if Lodolo were to be making a full start, probably 7.5, but I think when you do have to factor in the limit that he's going to be on, because he absolutely will be limited here, I think 6.5 is still a tad high. I think he probably closes at 6. Pinnacle did have this one pretty juice on the under. It was like minus 170 almost. DraftKings right now, it is starting to shift to the under. I think it was actually favoring the over earlier, but people are definitely noticing this. This is kind of like the Sonny Gray situation a few days ago, which that line was insane. Just a limited guy. Here we have another one, although this is definitely much weaker than that Sonny Gray play. But Lodolo taking on the White Sox. This is a team that strikes out a ton. They're not a good offense, but he is going to be limited, and we are going to go with that. That's why going with the under here. If you are an underdog though, bonus play here. He has a 4.5 hits allowed prop, and that one I would prefer to take under 4.5 hits allowed over this 6.5 pitcher strikeouts, because it's just the White Sox. When you're limited, you're also going to be throwing less pitches, less chances to give up hits. So I prefer that one if you do have the ability to play it on another site, but that category on PrizePicks doesn't get added until the morning of the game. So by then, we probably don't even have a 4.5 line. That play, I believe, is a minus 130. It's minus 125 now. So maybe it makes it to the morning here on PrizePicks, but that would be the preferred play. But PrizePicks, we don't have it, so we're going to go with under 6.5 strikeouts. Now, the second play, I debated between a few. I'll just mention this one. I thought about Starling Marte over 7, but I would prefer Salvador Perez to be catching over Freddie Fermin. But Salvi did catch on Friday, and they've been alternating, so probably Salvi's going to DH if he is going to bat. So then you get a tougher matchup to steal on, so that's not the best, but Marte's still okay. But I think I prefer one of these Cardinal bats. So I was looking at Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Gorman. I'm going to go with Nolan Gorman. Paul Goldschmidt has really struggled, and if you do look at his Baseball Savant stats, he's actually struggling. It's not like bad luck or anything. He's actually just not hitting the ball well right now. I don't think he's just going to be terrible all of a sudden. He's 36 years old, but still, you don't drop off like a cliff even when you're 36. So I'm going to go with Nolan Gorman here. The Cardinals are taking on Ryan Nelson. Ryan Nelson is not a terrible pitcher, but also he's not great. And if you do look at Nelson's stats, he's been a bit better than what his ERA shows. But you look at his splits. This is last year. He was whip, a lot worse of a whip because of those walks. So it's not ideal for HR prop, but you do at least get on base, and there are some good bats. The Cardinals also did get Lars Nootbaar back, so that's another upgrade considering what the Cardinals had towards the bottom of the lineup that they were without him. And Ryan Nelson, you just get a righty-lefty matchup for Gorman here. And looking at also the pitches that Nelson does throw, so the lefty is going to be a fastball, changeup, cutter pretty much. He has been using the cutter more this season because last year he was basically a two-pitch pitcher. fastball, changeup. And then Gorman, he's pretty much a power guy because he has a lot of swing and miss here. Whiff and K rate, just he strikes out a ton. I mean, his K rate, it's over 30%, on pace for that again. And for those pitches, so that cutter, wait, let me just make sure I have the right pitches again. Fastball, changeup, cutter. So fastball, great fastball hitter last season, changeup, cutter. He's pretty much average on those pitches. His first year, rookie year, he hit the changeup extremely well. This year, it's been like 2 weeks, so we don't really know yet. But Gorman, he's gonna get the platoon advantage against Nelson first, Ryan Nelson, and he wasn't even that bad, honestly, in 2023. You look at these numbers against lefties, he wasn't terrible at all. Like, you would expect him to be worse because usually lefties do perform worse against left-handed pitchers, but he really wasn't. His power wasn't even that bad if you look at slugging, because he just had way less at bats. But I think just with how the lineup is constructed here with the Cardinals, they play at night. Gorman's probably gonna hit third again unless they rest someone here. And he's going to be in between Goldie, Arenado, Contreras. So unless the inning is going to be Donovan leading off, you're not going to see a lefty come in, most likely. And if you don't get Donovan leading off, then it's going to be at least 2 righties. So then you're going to see Arizona call in a righty as well. You look at the bullpen, they use these 4 relievers, Mantiply, Castro, McGow, and Frias on Friday. And that leaves Kyle Nelson as the only lefty who hasn't pitched because only Mantiply and Nelson are their lefties. Mantiply threw 18, so he could come in again, but Nelson's going to definitely be the first guy. And then if you look at Kyle Nelson, he actually isn't that tough against lefties. 2023 last year, against lefties, yeah, he struck out a few more guys, but whip, all these other stats, he's not a lefty specialist. He's not a situational lefty pitcher, so I don't really hate that, even if he does have to, if Gorman has to face Nelson. So I think he's most likely going to be facing righties the whole game. That's why I'm going to go with Gorman. He's also not been struggling terribly bad like Goldschmidt. So just kind of looking into what would be the possible matchups after Ryan Nelson is done, because Nelson, again, he's not a great pitcher and he could have a short start, so you could see maybe like 2 at-bats against the bullpen. And Arizona, they did have to use 4 guys on Friday's game, so they're not particularly fresh there. And both of these are -130, so if you are into the odds, they are kind of like equal plays, but I just prefer Gorman here. I would say I prefer Lodolo slightly over Gorman right now, and definitely if we do get that hits allowed prop, once again, that is on Underdog. You can get it on other apps, but this is a PrizePicks video, so I'm going to be going with these 2: Lodolo under 6.5 strikeouts, Nolan Gorman over 1.5 HRR. Just going to go with these 2 picks for this first video for the MLB 2024 season. Happy to be back making MLB videos. We'll try to see just, kind of how my schedule is. Maybe I can be able to do some more of these, but yeah, miss it. It's fun. MLB's kicking off, so glad to be able to give you guys this video. Hopefully we do hit this 2 for 2. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck on the slate, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.